Word, son. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Jay DiVine. What it do, everybody, everywhere else you listen to this podcast on, whatever platform you listen to this on. What it do, everybody? It's your boy Just DiVine, Jay DiVine, Just Jay DiVine. It don't matter because I answer either or. Today's date, ladies and gentlemen, is not Monday. I'm sorry, Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. This is episode 17 of the Just DiVine podcast. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread links because you do know how I do. If you haven't already, when you hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified every time I upload. Everywhere else, wherever you listen to this on, make sure you click the button that not prescribes, but click the button that mostly pertains to you on your platform. And without further ado, man, let's get up into it. So I'm gonna start things off and say, man, happy Valentine's Day. Jesus, that shows where my mind is at right now. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is kind of like belated, but over the weekend it was Mother's Day. On Sunday, I believe, was Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers out there or mothers to be. Y'all are definitely appreciated. Hopefully I had a good Mother's Day, and to the ones that have lost their mothers in the let me fix my mic. I'm sorry. There we go. Mic was a little too high. There we go. All right. So shout out to all the mothers out there and to the ones who've had their mothers in their life but have passed recently or previously. I know today was probably tough, so my prayers and thoughts go out to you. But hopefully you at least got the chance to rest and kind of got time to reflect and think about all the good times that you had your mom around. And yeah, man, definitely, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. But I kind of want to I want to talk about a little bit about I want to talk a little bit about the dating circuit, if you will. You know what I mean? So one of the things I want to talk about is the most recent date that I was on. So as y'all know, if you follow me for a little bit. As y'all know, I've always kept y'all in the loop about, what my dating life is like, you know what I mean? Some good, some bad. Recently, it's kind of been on the downside. Now, this most recent one, of course, we got the chit chat and we got the talking or whatever. So, we was kind of talking a good game, you know what I mean? She was kind of, I don't say kind of quirky, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. She was all right, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of one of those things where like, she could take a joke and she'll crack a joke. And, you kind of got it like in your mind as to how you would think it would be. But when we finally met up or we talked, no, I'll take it back. When we talked on the phone and like we not FaceTime, but, we video chatted. I don't know, man. It just didn't match up. You know what I mean? Like I felt more comfortable texting her and talking to her because I kind of had it like in my mind as to like how how she's like, conversing with me via text. You know what I mean? To all my people out there, you know what I'm talking about, right? So, so her in particular, man, it was just really, God, what's the word, man? Like, not weird, but different. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so eventually we ended up, we ended up linking, right? So we went to Iron Age Steakhouse, right? And not gonna lie to you, Iron Age Steakhouse is really overhyped. So don't, if you haven't been there, you're not missing shit. All right. All it is, you're basically just cooking your food at the table. Everything is chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? They give you metal chopsticks. You don't get no damn fork. So if you want to use a fork, bring your own damn fork. Okay. So you're just cooking your food right there or whatever. So that was cool, you know what I mean? But she liked to crack a joke, and I'll crack a joke or two. I can take a joke, you know what I'm saying? But, eventually at some point it'll subside and, you kind of just, be normal or whatever. This was not the case. So we went to Iron Age Steakhouse. Now, mind you, like, she don't know me and I don't know her like that. So most of the time, if we're going to go somewhere, I would, advise that you would just meet me, right? Or at least I'll say, I'll extend that hand and say, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to meet me there, but, do you want me to come get you or you'll just meet me there like per usual? So eventually it was like, I'll just meet you there. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Right. So, eventually she ended up reneging and she was like, all right, well, don't worry about it. You can just come get me, but take your time, don't rush, whatever. Right. So we eventually ended up linking up, pull up or whatever. It was, the area wasn't particularly hood, but you can tell like, it's an urban area. You know what I mean? Now I'm no stranger to it. You know what I mean? If you from Texas, you know what South Dallas look like. You've been to Oak Cliff, you know exactly what that shit looks like. So if you've been in there, you kind of know your way around the hood a little bit. You know what I mean? But you just know when to and when to not linger around. You know what I mean? And of course, don't act like a big shot. You know what I mean? Be humble. You know what I mean? It's all about how you carry yourself. So I pull up or whatever. I'm sitting outside. I'm just chilling, just waiting or whatever. So eventually she ends up pulling up, right? So, mind you, I showered. I lathered up in soap. When I got out, had to put the cocoa butter on. The lotion that had cocoa butter in it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm shining and glistening, you feel me? So I put that on, and mind you, I put it all over my body. Now, the way like my elbows and like my knees are set up, like I can have all the lotion on in the world, but they'll still appear to be ashy just based off the angle that you're looking at them at. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Cause whenever you're a kid, you're on your knees a lot, watching TV, playing the game, or just doing stuff that requires you to be on your knees a lot. And that kind of messes up, your kneecaps and your skin and shit like that. So I think that's what that had a lot to do with it. So, and pause for you nasty motherfuckers. I know y'all over there giggling and shit, but yeah, so that, that has a lot to do with it. So pause again. So like, she gets in the car, right? So it's cool, you know what I mean? I got like some party next door going on. When I'm in the car with a girl, I normally try to, I don't want to say set the mood, but I'm not finna play no thug gangster, kill a nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna play nothing like that. Like, I'm trying to be courteous of the woman that's in the car, you know what I'm saying? And actually play something that she can, vibe out to. So we in the car, so we get in the car where so I was like, hey, how you doing? She's like, hey. She's like, hi. You know what I mean? It wasn't really like a hey. It was more like a hi. You know what I mean? Kind of like, like I said, kind of quirky. You know what I mean? So I was like, so she's like, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, you should. Because matter of fact, before we even linked up, she was saying how she wasn't feeling good. Her stomach was hurting. She had like a fever or whatever. At first, I was getting to call the shit off, but I was like, let me just test the waters and see how she gonna do it. Either she gonna renege. When she told me that she wasn't feeling good, I was like, well, I already know how this is gonna end. I already know she gonna renege and say no or last minute, because it happened one time before already. So with somebody else, but I figured it was coming up. So so she did that. No, she didn't do that. So she kind of like stuck it out and decided to just go out and go out or whatever. So she pull up. So I pull up. She gets in the car. She's like, hi. I'm like, hey, what's up? So we in the car or whatever, and I'm not feeling good. I got a headache. And I was like, are you sure? Did you take any medicine? Like, yeah, I took medicine. I didn't really need it though. I don't really like too much like medicine. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a off kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like we just wasn't hitting on all cylinders right away. You know what I mean? So I was saying to myself, I was like, boy, this is going to be a long day. So eventually, I put in GPS to where we need to go or whatever. So we get the ride or whatever. So she reaches in her purse and she's about to like start putting on some lotion or whatever. Lotion smelled hella good. So she was like, so she cracked a joke. She was like, need some lotion, Ashy? I was like, nah, I'm cool. I actually got on lotion. See, so I scratched my skin to show that like, hey, I have a lotion on. That's just the way like my skin on my elbows and knees are like set up, because that's just how my skin is set up. But I'm lotion down. You know what I mean? So she was like, you sure about that? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Are you sure about that? I was like, yes, I'm sure. Like, relax. You know what I mean? Like, relax. I get what you're trying to say, but let's relax. So anyway, so I kind of just shrugged it off and, was driving whatever, trying to make, small talk conversation, whatever. She was like digging in and out of her phone and stuff like that. And then she eventually pulled out a vape. So my thing is, when you're in the car with me, and of course, everybody has their rules. My number one rule, if you're in the car with me, there is no smoking in the car. Point blank, period. I don't want to hear it. There's no exceptions. I don't want to hear, oh, just roll the window down. No smoking in the car. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's a fake cigarette from a movie set. Don't smoke in my car. I don't care. I don't play that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have my car smelling good. Like, if you ever get in my car, you don't never have to worry about a foul smell in the car, unless like you poop or something in the damn car. But other than that, you don't have to never worry about a foul scent. My car stays clean and smells good on the inside. You ain't never gotta worry about that. So anyway, so I was like, hey, what you doing? She was like, was it? It's a vape. I was like, yeah, nah, there's no smoking in the car, love. She's like, it's a vape. I was like, yeah, nah, I don't even let my dad smoke in my car. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's like, it's just a vape. I understand that, but no smoking in the car. So she was like, let me at right here. You know, she's just being sarcastic, right? Not gonna lie to you, that shit was getting really old real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't mind cracking jokes, but at some point you gotta like turn that shit off and on. Like, you know what I mean? There's gotta be like a certain time where it's like, you know, you get serious and then it's like, you know, you crack a joke. Like it's a healthy balance of like cracking a joke and being serious. Being serious, cracking a joke. It's a healthy balance. But this balance was like way the fuck off, right? So so I'm sitting there, you know, I'm driving and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, bruh. So I'm like, you know, I'm still trying to roll with the punches. So like, you know, I'm trying to make conversation. I'm telling her how pretty she looked. Cause she really did look pretty. You know what I mean? She looked really, really good. Smelled nice and everything. But, you know, just trying to make small talk. It wasn't really working like that. But I still, you know, stuck it out because, you know, I was like, well, hey, I wanted a date so fucking bad. Okay, this is what you got. Now work with it. So we ride and we driving or whatever. So we cooling or whatever. So another thing that I can't stand, which I found out I really can't stand because my mom does this too, and I hate it so much. If we're driving, trust and believe, and of course I understand you don't know me, so you don't really know my driving habits, but I was raised, especially my dad was like he instilled this in me at a young age, at a really young age. He said that whenever you're in the car, you're driving, right? You're driving to make somebody feel comfortable. You don't drive the same way you drive as if you're by yourself. Now, fellas, you know, especially when you're in the whip, you know what I'm saying? You cooling, you chilling, you know what I'm saying? You whipping that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like you cooling, you chilling, you know what I mean? You feel me? So, so you know, whenever a lady is in the car, even when my mom's in the car, like I don't drive like that. I'm like driving Miss Daisy damn near. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I'm in the car, I keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Now, when you're not in the car, I'm whipping this motherfucker. Like I'm floating it. You feel me? So I'm in the car, and you know I'm cautious of people that's like in front of me. I'm a fairly well trained driver. You know what I mean? I know what to do when I got a passenger in the car. So she's like, watch out for that, watch out for this, watch out for that, and I'm just like, bro, I'm like, yeah, I see it. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to keep it cool, bro, but I'm like my nerves getting shot by the minute. You feel me? Oh my God, I'm probably gonna be saying that shit all day. I'm gonna try to not say you feel me all day long, but anyway, so going forward with the story. So we ride and we finally end up getting there. So we finally get to the steakhouse place and it's like a 30-minute wait. That's what she said. So I was like, okay, well, we're here now. And the lady says it's gonna be about 30 minutes until we actually get a table. She said she's gonna text us. So she was like, you know, all right, that's cool. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So, you know, mind you, you know, doing gentleman-esque type stuff, you know, open the door for her, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, you know, holding the door open for her, letting her go in first. Anytime you're walking down the street, and if you're, say for example, like you walking down the street and the road's to your right, if your lady is to the right of you, you have her switch sides and she goes to the outside of you, not the inside. She goes to the outside of you. So if the street is on the right, if she's walking on the right side of you, you push her over to the left of you and you walk near the street. That's, you know, my dad taught me that pretty young too, you know what I mean? But so we was in there, we was just chilling, sitting down or whatever. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, flirt, do my best impression of a flirt. So I'm sitting there, I'm, you know, talking to her, I'm like just staring at her, you know, with the goo eyes and shit. And I was talking to her, and you know, she was like kind of like people watching, and I people watch too. But you know, the thing is, the thoughts that I think of, or the things that I'm willing to say, are only going to be said in my mind. I won't say the shit out loud. And even then, like, you know, it'd probably just be like a stupid little joke. But even then, like, you know, you don't really know what people are going through. You don't really know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? So just to like just straight up just say, oh, look at that fat ass lady over there, and come to find out that, you know, she has a condition which causes her to gain weight and she can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, just, you know, in general. So somebody had walked out, and I don't know if it was a shirt they had on or something they had on, and she muttered the words, she whispered something. I didn't hear what exactly she said verbatim, but she said something like, well, I'm paraphrasing, she said, "Ooh, look at her, she's about as big as a bus." I'm just like, yo, like, hey, stop, you know, stop that. That's not cool, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, she was just really just like, just kind of like being rude. You know what I mean? And I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't mind a light crack of a joke. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I'm like sensitive and nothing like that, but it's like, hey, like, come on now. Like, it's making you look like a real, like, piece of shit, tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting, I'm like, hey man, it's not cool, man. Don't do that, So she's like, well, that's kind of how I am. This is what I do, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, whatever. So I let it rock. And I was just like, dude, this is gonna be a long fucking day, a long day. So so time passes on. Eventually, after like 10 or 15 minutes, thank God, they ended up calling us in to go and take our table. Now, Iron Age Steakhouse is literally just you sitting at a table. They bring you a menu, or you can look on the menu for what meats that you want to bring to the table, and you just cook it right there at the table. That's all it is. Now, I will tell you, there's no fucking seasoning. The seasoning that they give you was like, it's like yum yum sauce, teriyaki, salt and pepper and butter, and some other shit. I think it's like sweet chili or whatever. And they give you like some sort of salad with like some red sauce on it, and it's kind of like sweet and spicy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Iron Age Steakhouse was really overhyped. You know what I mean? If anybody ever tell you that the Iron Age Steakhouse is good, take that shit with a grain of salt. It is fairly subjective. You know what I mean? Because even though I went there, because like I said, I never been there before. So the fact that I've been there and seen how it works and how it tastes, yeah, nah, I'm not a big fan of it. So, and then also same at that time, you don't really have any utensils other than chopsticks and some tongs to flip your food over or move your food wherever you need to. And if you order like a steak, you can order a steak, but the way that you cut it, they bring you these sharp ass scissors that literally look like arts and crafts scissors, but they're just like heavy duty looking. You take that, and that's how you cut your shit up. That's how you cut your food up. Yeah, I know, right? So while I was in there, she was mostly cooking the food, because I was just like, hook it up however you want to. I'll just take the lead from there. So it was cool. You know what I mean? It was all right. So we ate a little bit, and the thing is, since it's all you can eat, you can't take none of the food with you. So whatever you don't finish, they just trash it. So I highly advise, and you didn't hear this from me. Okay, turn your volume down. Just keep it on down low. But if you ever go to something like that, bring you like a plastic bag with you or something. You know what I mean? So whatever you gonna eat, whatever you're gonna eat it up. Whatever you're gonna do. But if you want to take some of that shit home, I highly advise you to bring you a sandwich bag. A sandwich bag that's big enough for you to stash whatever it is that you want to eat, and just don't let them catch you. All right. Turn your volume back up. So so I highly advise y'all to do that. What was I gonna say? So fast for all of that, it's like maybe like what, $80, because it was like and she ordered like some sort of alcoholic drink or whatever. I didn't really care. I was like, I had the money to do it. I won't take you out. And ladies, that's another thing. If I offer to take you out, that means that I have the funds to do it. I'm not doing that shit just to see you, and then come time, oh well, damn, we're gonna go eat at it. And what I'm saying, I'm not gonna, like, if I'm seeing you, that means I have the funds for us to hang out. You know what I'm saying? So I already got a pre-plan. I already know what we're gonna do. So if I extend the hand to go on a date, I have the funds to do it. If I don't, you will never hear that shit come from my lips ever. You see what I'm saying? And I will let you know if you ever say something like, "Oh, let's go out to eat." I'm like, "Yo, not gonna lie, I'm a little tight right now. Unless you trying to unless you got me covered, I'm gonna have to hit you up next weekend or next time I get paid or something. Because you gotta get your priorities in order." So it was like $80 or whatever. Yeah, it was about $80. So did that or whatever. So, she wasn't really feeling the food, neither was I. I was full, but it just didn't hit the way I wanted it to. So eventually we left, and we was walking or whatever, walking and talking or whatever. So I told her, I was like, hey, sorry about that. I really thought the food was gonna be a little better. And she's like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. It was all right. Like I said, she barely ate much of it, and I ate most of it, but I wasn't really like satisfied. I was full, but I wasn't satisfied. Like, that was some good ass food. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really satisfied, So so I was like, all right, well, hey, how about, I think it was like some sort of boba tea place that was like nearby where we ate at. So I was like, well, hey, can I at least make it up to you and get you some boba tea? Because she had wanted some. So I was like, so she's like, yeah, we could do that. So we was walking and talking or whatever, and man, we was just walking and talking, chit chatting, everything was all good. But she was wanting to take pictures. So she's like, hey, get a picture of me to this right here, right? So, oh, and mind you, I had a cell phone number and everything. So, what was I gonna say? Damn, I lost the train of thought. Okay, so taking pictures or whatever. So I was like, cool, whatever. So I took pictures, and I didn't really care. So, we get to the boba tea store, and we're in there. Me just being childish and shit. I'm like, stop touching stuff. Ooh, watch out. Ooh, right here. You know what I mean? Just being a little kid in there. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what a human remind me of. So, so I'm in there, and she ordered a tea, which I thought was boba tea. So I told her, go ahead and order whatever you want to order, and I got you. So she was like, no, I got it. I was like, your money ain't no good while I'm here. Watch out. So, gave her the money or whatever, gave him the money, paid for the tea or whatever. So she wasn't really feeling too good about the smell in there. So she went to wait outside. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I got you. I'll wait for your tea to get done and I'll bring it to you. So she's like, all right, cool. So she sat outside or whatever and, waited on the tea to come out. I didn't really know what exactly she ordered, but she said passion fruit or some shit. So make a long story short, I got the tea or whatever. So I gave it to her, and I don't want to say she flipped out, but she kind of had like a fit about it. She was like, this is not what I ordered. I said boba tea. That bitch didn't even listen to what I said. I'm just like, all right. I'm like, well, you said passion fruit, so I'm not going to take that shit back in there. So that's what I was saying in my mind. I'm not going to take that shit back. So either take it or leave it. Because if you don't want it, I'll drink it. You know what I mean? So eventually, so she took the drink. She mustered up the courage to just drink it or whatever, take it or whatever. And so we were driving back, and I would say the ending was better than the beginning. I'll say that the beginning and the middle was like rough, but the ending was kind of cool. You know what I mean? It was chill, but and hold on. So let me just finish up the day. So at the end, finally, I took her back home or whatever. And got her back home safe and sound, and we sat in the car for a little bit because she said like one of her neighbors is like weird and he be slamming doors and shit. I was like, whatever. So, so eventually, I gave her a hug, and I gave her a hug or whatever. So she's like, all right, well, text me when you get home. I was like, all right, bet. So that was the end of that date. I can safely say that a second date won't be necessary. I can safely say that. You know what I mean? Because, most of the time I would try to I would kind of bite my tongue or what to say, cut your nose to spite your face. I don't really know if I'm using the right terminology or the right phrases, but, most of the time I would try just roll with it and just go in for a second date. But this one just wasn't it. You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things where it was like, you got to assess how you felt about the entire thing. Did y'all really hit it off? Or was it kind of like bumps and bruises along the way? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really see it from a perspective or I didn't see it from a way where I could see myself like really like kicking it with Shorty. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is for men and women. You gotta value your mental capacity first. You gotta value your mental health and your well-being and your peace. You gotta make sure that your peace is undisturbed. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with somebody that disturbs your peace. Not saying that she disturbed my peace, but you gotta be around somebody that feels right to be around, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So so some time went on. So I ended up texting her and telling her, I was like, hey, I'm in, sorry. And I was apologizing for the thing. She's like, no, don't need to be sorry. I was like, yeah, I know. It's just, I wanted that to be better than, advertised, but, hey, it is what it is. But, so we were flirting back and forth. I'm calling her babe, boo, and shit like that, right? Tell you the truth, really none of that shit's sticking anyway, so it really don't even matter. I'm sorry, my phone was vibrating, my bad. So, damn, I blanked out. So anyway, eventually time goes on, and I would text her like good morning, and she would normally, hold on, what the hell? Oh, my bad. Like my Discord is like jumping out right now. Jim Jam, if you're listening to this, hi. All right, just know I saw the wave. All right, that was, I saw that. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So So yeah, it eventually got to a point where like, she was like, she's a no, she's a gate agent. And, of course, since that she works for Delta, they get free flights, stuff like that. So she gets all the benefits of that. Now, one of the things that I was like thinking back on whenever she was like kind of introducing herself to me or just in conversation, she she has this thing where she doesn't like people touching her, which is fine. I respect that. Um, and it's weird because I remember when I was texting her and telling her, I was like, oh, I'm gonna give you a big hug when I see you or whatever. Because she was always saying like that was one of the top 7. She was like, it was top 10 things that she wanted: long conversations, deep hugs, hoodies that I can have with your scent on it, and shit like that. Some people might say that's crazy, but some people might say that she might be crazy, but I don't know. Um, but I was listening to the things she was saying, and she says that she doesn't like people touching her unless she likes them or like you or whatever. And she said that, I think, and please don't hold me to this, but I think she said that she was sexually assaulted back when she was back in her hometown. She's from New York. She's from New York. I believe it was Queens. I believe so. But somewhere in New York, that's where she's from. And she recently came down to Georgia like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, so it was pretty recent. So so that was that. And then another thing, I told her that, hey, most of the time, I try to be around people that really value me being around them, and vice versa, because I'm not going to keep putting energy into somebody who can't reciprocate. You know what I mean? And like the only way I'll keep going is if you show me that you're interested in me. You know what I'm saying? With text back, talking on the phone, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just show me the indication that you really are like cutting for me right now. So and I was talking about ghosting, and this is probably the biggest red flag that I didn't ignore, but I kept it in mind, and this is really like something that I remembered. So she said that she's like the quote unquote queen of like ghosting, because she said that she's normally the one that would like just up out of nowhere will just stop talking to somebody and don't really have a reason why. She just does it. So I kept that shit in mind, and I was like, okay, so you one of them. I was like, all right, well, I'll see how long this is gonna last. But I was saying this in my mind. So but yeah, man, safe to really say, man, I just really wasn't I wasn't really too thrilled about that, honestly. I just wasn't. You know what I mean? I just didn't I didn't really see nothing beneficial coming out of that. So eventually over time I was like texting her. I was like, hey, good morning. Cause I was sending, I'll send good morning texts. But I was sending good morning texts, and they just became like more and more like stagnant. And which I gave it a benefit of the doubt, because you work for Delta, you can't be on your phone like that. You might be on an airplane, whatever the case is. But like even then when I was texting her, she was like texting me like on her break and stuff like that. So time was being made to text back, but then once I started seeing that it started getting like really, really like stagnant, I was like, okay, I see what it is. So I kind of just gave it some time. So I texted good morning. She never hit back. So I was like, all right, well, maybe she just got busy for the day, came home, went to sleep. She was talking about how sleepy she is. And then I was like, okay, well, let me try the afternoon tomorrow. And after that, I'm gonna see if she texts back. After about 9:00, I'm gonna just cut that short. So I texted. I was like, hey, good afternoon, and no reply. So I was like, all right, cool. So deleted, blocked her number, kept it pushing. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not finna keep waiting around on you, because I remember what you said about you like ghosting folks. So you know what I mean? Well, it was nice knowing you, but I'm gonna go this way. So yeah. So yeah, and then another thing too, man, I realized that, sometimes people say, hey, well, maybe you should mingle with your coworkers, man. You don't have to date them, but just hang out with them. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, it's really hard to determine like if your coworkers really fuck with you for real, or it's like kind of like how we did it in school, where like 5 days out of the 7 I saw you, so I'm acclimated, or I'm acquainted with you, but I'm not really like, I don't really fuck with you like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, it's hard to try to I don't say discern, but it's hard to try to compare and figure out if like they really fuck with you or not, because when you on a job, y'all holding conversations like y'all buddy buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really figure out like if you like really fuck with me like that, because there's been several people that then came through the job that have been new, and like, you know, we chopping it up like, you know, we the best of pals, you know what I'm saying? But then once time goes on, and once time goes on, and we you know, and we happen to, one of us happens to leave, or if I got your number, or one of us happens to leave, and that's another thing too. Like, I'll get their numbers and everything's all good. We Gucci, you know what I'm saying? But then once it gets to a point where, you know, you end up leaving that job, those same people that you were like tight with, quote unquote, they don't really fuck with you like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it sucks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it sucks, but it's like, you know, that's why I don't put a whole lot of stock into, you know, having coworkers as friends, because, you know, you don't really know if they fuck with you like that, or if they just fucking with you just because they got nothing else better to do with their time while working. So I might as well just try to make the best of it type shit. You know what I mean? I don't really fuck with none of y'all in here, but, you know, some of y'all seem cool, so I can chop it up with you while I'm at work, you know, type shit. So, like I said, several people that came through. You know, there's this one girl. There's this one girl named Shawnee. Not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, she was. I ain't gonna lie. I had a huge crush on this girl. She was chocolate little thing too, boy. I'm talking about just chocolate little thing, boy. You know, she was like, she wasn't thick. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't slim thick, but it was one of those ones where it's like, you see her and you like, damn, like, where you get all this ass from though? Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that. That shit sounds so mannish, but I'm just saying, like, she was hella pretty, chocolate little thing too, and chocolate really in my preference. You know what I mean? I love the yellow bone. That's my kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my kryptonite. But, you know, hey, you know, I don't discriminate. If you chocolate, you could be chocolate, mocha, caramel. You know what I'm saying? Yellow bone, red bone, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I do not discriminate. But everybody got their preference, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, I used to talk to her every day, and I damn near was like, you know, like, I had a crush on her. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think she had a kid. You know what I mean? And I used to discriminate against that, but a dude, there's this guy I used to work with before I went to Amazon. This is all on Amazon. And before I went to Amazon, he was like, you know, don't shoot yourself in the foot, you know, trying to, you know, trying to uphold like a standard about yourself. Don't count those group of people out, because that's not how you rock. You got some of the ones that want you to play stepdad. You got some of the ones that understand that, you know, that's my child and my child only. I don't need another stepdad. I don't need a stepdad. I got her. You know what I mean? I just want you for you. You know, you have women like that. So don't eliminate that group entirely because, you know, of how you might feel about that group. So, I'm talking about the single mom. So, you know, don't eliminate that group because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be missing out on a good person. So I was like, you know, that I didn't think of it like that. So I was like, you know, that's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, her name was Shawnee. That was her name, Shawnee. I forget her actual, like, that was she told me to call her Shawnee. So it was short for something else. But she oh my god, she's just sexy ass chocolate little thing too, boy. Slim thick. I'm talking like she's skinny, but she got ass though. Like, it's wild. It's so wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she not like skinny. I'm gonna move on, but I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm reliving it. Like, she's skinny, but it's like when that angle hit right though, like, yo, like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how bad Shawnee was. You know what I mean? Like, she was a fine little thing, right? And it's more to this, you know, coworker thing. So so eventually it got to the point where, like, you know, I was really like feeling her, right? So so I was making like my shots at her, you know what I mean? You had, because I wasn't the only dude there. There was a lot of other guys there that liked her too, you know what I mean? So most of the time I'll kind of read the room and play the position and see how I could, you know, fit in there, you know what I mean? So you know, eventually, you know, it got to a point where, like, you know, I got her number. My bad, hit my mic. So eventually I ended up getting her number. We started talking or whatever. You know, sometimes throughout the route, I would call her. I'll be on the Bluetooth or whatever, just chit chatting or whatever. But at the same as that time, you know, she got a kid on the other line too that she got to make sure that she, you know, that she tap in with on the daily because you know she got daycare and stuff like that. So you know, talking on the phone wasn't really a big priority to her looking back on it now because she'll hang up and click and will call me whenever she felt like she could and you know vice versa. Um so you know so there be times where like you know we'll be talking or whatever and there be times where she like she don't want to talk, you know. So you know the other leads that were there, which there was another lead there, he was like mad cool. He used to always like, you know, the days where you had to go on like a rescue, there'd be days where he like, man, look, fuck all that, just deliver that last package and come on back, you know what I mean. They were like, you know, that type of thing. So um mad cool. I forget his name, man. I forget his name. He was mad cool, bro. But he ended up leaving off of some shit that the that Amazon was doing. And keep in mind what I was doing. I was delivering packages for Amazon, but it's a third party company that I worked for. So you're pretty much working for the third party company. You know, Amazon is just fronting them the packages and the vans and shit. So damn, I forget homeboy's name, man. It's probably gonna hit me later. I forget his damn name, bro. Um, Jesus Christ, I don't remember his name. It's gonna bother me till I figure it out because it's probably gonna hit me sometime after I start recording this, or probably mid thought of me talking about something else. But shit. But anyway, so he was mad cool, right? So he was like all right, well look, because he kept the morale in the damn in the I don't want to say in the company. I guess you say in the company or whatever. He wasn't really running the company, but you had the owner of the company there, and it was like these Asian folks. They were cool, you know what I mean? But you know, do as you will with that. So, you know, he was mad cool. You know what I mean? He was really, really, really cool. He was like, you check on everybody. Yo, Harris, you good? All right, cool. Just checking on. Sure, you need anything? I was like, yeah, I'm good. You need some water? No, I'm good. All right, cool. All right, be safe out there. Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Make sure you we got cameras on now, so make sure you can click the seatbelt. You don't have to have it on, but anytime you move in, blah 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 blah. He was just really really cool, like mad cool. Like, he made coming to work like pretty chill. Like it was really really cool. So you know, he even hooked me up with some of like he like if he knew I had a shitty route the day before, like he would make me if he knew I had a shitty route and he knew I was like super frustrated, like he know how the job would be. So every time I come back, he could see on my face, he'd be like, Paris, I'll clock you out. Just go on and go home, bro. I'll see you in the morning. You know what I mean? So you know, that's the type of stuff he'll do. And he know I'm not mad at him, but he know that Amazon be on that bullshit sometimes. So some days where I would have shitty routes where I got like shit, how many packages is that? Like 200 and what was that, 290, maybe 310 packages, and I got like maybe 140 some stops. You know what I mean? Mind you, there's a whole lot of people in there. Now, if there's less people, we have a lot more stops. But anyway, so if you know I had a shitty route with it being all fucked up or whatever, he'll either pre-warn me or either after I did it for the day or whatever, the next day I come in, he'll be like, Harris, you good? All right, well, I looked at all the routes and stuff because they'll check the routes. The route you got, it's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but you just gotta probably walk a few ways. But other than that, it's pretty, you know, straight like that. I knew you had a fucked up route. Everybody had fucked up routes yesterday, but you know, I looked out for you. I'm like, all right, bet, my man, appreciate it. You know what I mean? Mad cool. So, like I said, he eventually ended up leaving, and but back to Shawnee. So it was her. It was like these other girls that came through. It was this yellow bone that came through. Ooh, Lord, just she was cool. I shot my shot at her, but she, you know, she respectfully let me down. You know what I mean? Like not even just using the word respectfully, but she easily let me down. She was like, thank you, but I'd rather keep it professional. I was like, nah, I respect that. And then when I saw her, you know, she was like, hey, what's up, Justin? Hey, what's going on? What's up? You good? Like, you know what I mean? We just kept it cool. But it was her, and there was this other girl named Lefty. Her name was Natasha, but they wanted her. Everybody wanted us. No, she wanted us to call her Lefty. Don't know why. Didn't ask, didn't tell. So Lefty, oh my Lord. Now, the thing about Lefty was I had to chill with Lefty because one of the dudes I worked with, his girlfriend, that was his girlfriend. Now, the dude himself was, now the guy himself was cool. I think his name was Columbus. Now, the thing about Columbus, he was mad. Barry, that's his name. There we go. I told you she was gonna hit me. It was gonna hit me mid thought. I told you. The dude's name was Barry. The one who used to look out for me, check up on people and all that shit. And here's you good. His name was Barry. Mad cool. Mad cool. You know what I mean? But Columbus was this guy from Chi-Town. He's from Chicago, or Chirac, I like to call it. So, safe to say he with the shits. You know what I mean? He was like, he was cool. You know what I mean? His thing was like, if you cool, I'm cool. You know what I mean? But his girlfriend at the time worked at Amazon. So I used to see Lefty all the time. So, she's always talk shit. She's from Jersey. So she used to always talk shit. I used to talk shit back. You know what I mean? Just making time go by, whatever. But, in all fairness, I thought shit was pretty cool. It was pretty laid back in there. You know what I mean? So eventually my birthday came around, and the everybody decided that it was like, hey, well, and the thing about Barry was he always tried to do like little events to try to keep people involved. So he did like a football pick'em list. He did that. That didn't last too long. He did a football pick'em list. He did this little bowling tournament that we did. Tell you the truth, everybody was trying to bowl, but at the time it was my birthday, so I wasn't really too much caring about bowling. So the company sponsored the bowling, whatever. Got pizza, wings, whatever you wanted. The company fronted it. You could have whatever you wanted. Plus it was my birthday, so they definitely let me slide. So I even got me a birthday shot. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You could probably feel me on this. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I get a shot of Henny, like Hennessy, like that hen dog, my G, I be ready to knock some shit down. You feel me? That'd be my steez right there. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime that Henny is like get the swigging, get the you know what I'm saying, that Henny get the hitting. You know what I'm saying? I'll be ready to knock shit down. And I ain't gonna flex. That night, whenever one of the girls that was there, she was like, "Let me buy you a birthday shot." I was like, "All right, cool." She's like, "What you drink?" I was like, "I'll drink Hennessy." So she's like, "All right, best." So we got a shot of Hennessy, right? Took a shot, threw it back, right? The shot, pause. Threw the shot of Hennessy back. And I was like, "Yo, on the real," and I had no filter, Jesus. I was like, "Yo, on the real." I had both Shawnee and the other girl that bought me the shot next to me because they was drinking like a motherfucker. I said, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie, no cap. I'm about ready to fuck the shit out of something." And everybody, they was like, "Oh, girl, no, he didn't." I was dead ass. And then the girl that I was with, the girl that was there, that was like Brian, she was like throwing back drinks like a mother. She was wasted at the end. Now my thing when I'm drinking is I try to make sure, because I'm driving, so I gotta make sure that I'm at a level where I'm chilling, but I'm not like dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm seeing double. I already got glasses on, so if I see double with glasses on, that's a problem. So I'm there, I'm chilling or whatever, and everybody, the camaraderie was cool. It was like, it was me, it was our company and another company that was next to us, because it's a whole bunch of companies inside of the Amazon hub that work, for Amazon, but they're all in one place. So it was our company versus another company. To tell you the truth, I don't even know who the motherfuckers was, really. I was just there. It was my birthday, stepped out, looking good, feeling good, smelling good. I got my hair cut the day before. And I had to work that same day, but I was off the next day. So I was trying to hurry up and finish my route so I can go home, shower, change clothes, going out here, and then, what I'm saying, then do the damn thing. So, Jesus, what I was going to say. And, yeah, but the camaraderie was cool, bro. You felt a connection with motherfuckers, what I'm saying? Not on that type of level, but you just felt like motherfuckers that was around you that you were kicking it with was like mad cool, you know what I mean? So back to Lefty again. I'm talking, oh my God, fellas. Lefty was like, she was like, shit, I don't want to like be rude. Whatever you associate SoCal with, was it like whatever you associate with that was her. Like that, I think that was like in her bio, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see, because I think I got her on IG. Let me see. Shit, hold on. There it is. No, not SoCal. Soca. All right, so I don't know if that's Trinidadian or Trinidadian. Fuck. I apologize for butchering any of this shit. I'm just saying, but that's what she was, right? Now, she might have been that. I don't know. But when I tell you, like, she was built, like, she wasn't, like, thick, like, had a big old ass, but she was, like, fit. But you can see, like, she had ass, pow, chest, pow, cute, plow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell she was, like, she was a baddie. Like, I could say she was a baddie. Like, I don't want to say one of the IG models, but I could say, like, some of them exist. You just gotta, like, be lucky and come across one, damn near type shit. So I remember when I was first doing my route or whatever, she ended up coming out there and helping me deliver to this apartment complex because it was a big ass apartment complex. We got to do a shit ton of walking, which I had a problem. The physical part of the physical part of Amazon, I didn't have an issue with, but the thing about it was, I was just one of those ones where it was like, I like my shit organized, and like I said, that's gonna be a story within itself, but. I just like my shit to be organized. But anyway, she came out there and helped me deliver my packages to this big ass apartment complex. So I was walking, whatever, cracking jokes, whatever. But like I said, the vibe around the shit was cool, So, and matter of fact, I kind of got the inkling that her and what's her name was dating anyway, because it was just something like kind of off about them too. So anyway, so moving forward, so the same day as my birthday, we was out there, doing bowling or whatever. Now the girl was wasted. Like, she was like, she would go bowl or whatever, and she slid in the bowling shoes that we had on. And when she slid, she like kind of like slid into a split and started twerking and shit. She was wilding, right? So I was like, yo, let me keep tabs on her. Let me make sure she all right. Now, anytime like a lady's like that, it's like you kind of got to keep tabs on her, like at least my conscience, at least, because you don't want nobody taking advantage of her. You don't want, because at a time like that, she's really like kind of vulnerable, so you don't really want to take advantage of her at that point. Because me personally, I feel like a fucking scumbag if I did some shit like that, to tell you the truth. To be completely honest, like I can't really take advantage of somebody like that, because that to me is like the weak point. You know what I mean? They're not even all the way there to even like rationalize and reason why they might be pushing up on this person. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit might be happening and they can't figure out why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, and so Barry is there, and he like, yo, like, make sure you got your keys on you. Like, you good enough to take her home? I was like, yeah, I'll take her home. So she's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I got it. I'm good. I'm cool. Cause like once I took that shot, I was cool. After that, I was drinking water. Cause I drank a shit ton of water anyway before I came in there. So I was drinking water, had some tea or whatever. Had a little shot of Henny, but other than that, I wasn't drinking. So I was like, lemonade and shit like that. But other than that, like I said, I'm just chilling. So he's all right, cool. So so the night finally dwindles down, and we get to the, let me see, we get to the end of it, right? So I dab with Barry, like, yo, appreciate you, man. Yo, good looks. Yo, happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday. All right, good looking. I'm seeing Barry, yo, my man. Happy birthday, dapping him up. You know what I'm saying? Good look, good look. He's like, you sure you got her? I said, yeah, she good. So I was like, so I took her home, whatever. So I'm walking her home. She's like, what? She's like wasted. She's fucking wasted. Not throwing up wasted, but she's stumbling and, walking all funny. So me and Barry walked her to my car or whatever. So he made sure he double checked on us. The hell? I didn't know what that noise was. Sorry. We walked to the car, and we double back to go to the go to the car, and Barry, I'm making sure she in her seat or whatever, she buckled up or whatever, make sure she's safe. And Barry pulls around or whatever, and he's like, yo, y'all good? And he was like, yo, yeah, we good. She putting in the address now, so I can go and take her home. He's like, all right, if y'all need anything, let me know. Y'all got about a good 2 hours out of me. After that, I'm out. I was like, all right, I got you. No, cool. So cause I got everybody's number. So time goes on, and we riding home, right? So I'm taking her home. She has a boyfriend. Keep that in mind. She has a boyfriend. Now, I was raised with some good sense. I can thoroughly say that, especially in this experience. like I said earlier, I know better than to take advantage of somebody at a point where they can't really stick up for themselves. And mind you, I know the girl before she's drunk. I know how she is. Like, she's quiet, cool, she chill, you know what I mean? But she's quiet, cool, kind of reserved to herself. But you could tell that once she get a little bit of, like, alcohol in, she kind of open up a little bit. So we riding home or whatever. So she talking to her boyfriend or whatever. And no bullshit, as I'm driving home, son, I cannot make this shit up. When I'm driving home, she starts rubbing on me. Not like on my leg and no shit like that, but just like rubbing on my shoulders. And she starts like rubbing like my ears. And I'm just like, Lord, please let me get her home. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, let me just get her home, bro. Like, I don't want to be the one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get her home because obviously she drunk, she feeling good. You know what I mean? Let me just get her home. So, making a long story less long, I got her home, safe and sound. She got home or whatever, so everything was all good. She came back to work. I think she had either work the next day or the day that I came back, which is like that Sunday. So like I said, she was cool, and yeah, she was mad cool about it, and like, I came in the next day. I think it was the next. No, was it the next day? No, I think it was the day after next. I think some people had an off day or whatever. A few people that was there were off, but I seen her. She was cool. She ain't bring it up. I ain't bring it up. So it was kind of cool. But I say all that to say, man, like, a lot of people that, like, I cut up in there with and shit like that. I can't say that it translated outside of work. Like, once I left Amazon, well, matter of fact, Barry left. When Barry left, I had his number, never reached out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had a kid, he had a wife and kids and shit like that. And, he always, like, he hated being there after hours because he spent most of his time up there at the job and really wasn't around his kids a lot. So, Barry ended up leaving, all some shit the company did too. Columbus ended up leaving, but he came back under a different company. He left, and we used to chit chat like a motherfucker all day long. Lefty was cool. I used to shoot the shit with her all the time. Shawnee was cool. Shit. It was another dude that used to be there. We used to chat. We used to chat it up all the time. But the point I'm trying to make is these same people that I'm talking to. Once I left, that was it. You know what I mean? Like, I got Lefty's information. Of course, I didn't have her number. So, I got her PlayStation, her Instagram, I think Xbox or whatever, because she said she's a gamer. And plus, she played sports too. She played flag football. She was nice too. I was talking to her for a little bit after a while, still, being me or whatever, talking about what was going on at work. But after that, it was pretty much like that was about it. I even, like, because I knew that what's the name and her broke up, because I seen him, at the function with another shorty. So I was like, okay, well, they must be done. So I was like, all right, well, I guess they must be done or whatever. So I was like, hey, the new Spider-Man movie came out at the time. So I was like, hey, if you're not doing anything, let's go catch a Spider-Man movie. It's all on me. She's like, nah, the COVID thing came around. I don't really go outside like that. I'm like, all right. So, kind of brushed it off, kept it moving or whatever. And, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like, I don't really fuck with you like that. But because we work together, that was the only reason why I, like, kind of fuck with you. But other than that, nah, that's about it. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is it don't translate well outside of work. You know what I mean? So, like, and I've done this like several times before. It just don't translate well outside of work, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? The last job that I've had before American Red Cross, before Amazon, which is American Red Cross, fucking hated that job. Ain't it sad that a lot of jobs that you hate? Amazon was cool only because I got to, like, see different parts of the city. But other than that, what was I gonna say? American Red Cross was decent. You know what I mean? There's probably like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 people on hand that I could say, maybe 5 on hand that I talk to, maybe every now and again. But other than that, there's maybe like 1 that I could say I could probably, like, touch base with her every now and again. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where it's like, she got her preferences, I got mine, and we don't really match up like that, but we can always just shoot the shit whenever. So, she kind of felt like more like a homeboy than anything, but she's still a girl. So yeah, that was kind of understood. So, that's probably the one job I could say it translated well. And it's a dude that worked there too, and he got a wife and kids, and he dealing with that. But I say all that to say, a lot of jobs that I work, bro, it just don't translate well outside of work. You know what I mean? As much as I'm like, outgoing and trying to be, socializing and all that good stuff, it just doesn't. It don't equate to anything. So so as far as like trying to hang out with people, it's just people are different, so you gotta kind of like read the room kind of sort of see exactly like okay, you really fucking with me, or is it just because we just work together? You know what I mean? Like, you don't really never know, because you would think that everything is cool because of how y'all chit chatting and working shit, and then you would think outside of work it'll translate, but nah, it just wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So because tell you the truth, once I left, the people that have my number never reached out. They never said, "Hey, you done? You back in Texas? You going back to Texas? I know he's from Texas," and shit like. Nobody reached out. Nobody fucking reached out. Nobody. You know what I mean? So that says a lot. That really really says a lot. But moving on, man, to something a little bit lighter. Like Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, that shit low key got me inspired to go back and like really like get back in this booth. Cause tell you the truth, like I love doing music, but I do it when I feel inspired, or I feel like that fire to like get in there and like really say something. You know what I mean? I'm not one of the ones that can wake up, turn the laptop on, put some headphones on, play a beat, and get on a microphone, just say some shit. I can't do that. Like, I like to put like thought and put like some sort of emphasis onto the shit that I like say and do on the microphone. You know what I mean? Or when it comes to music in general, like, I like to put like my brain power into it. That's what I like to do. So yeah, The Heart Part 5, man, like, that was a really dope video. Now I will say this. Let's be honest. The song don't really bump like that. The song is okay, but the video really puts the emphasis on the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you heard him just drop it, you know what I'm saying? Like okay, I give an example. The Heart Part 4. Listen to The Heart Part 4 and that beat, and listen to The Heart Part 5. You see there's a night and day difference. If the Heart Part 4, which it did drop without the visual, you would be like, okay, yeah, this is a banger, this ride. You know what I mean? But The Heart Part 5 is more of like is more of like a lighter tune, because they sample Marvin Gaye. I forget the name of the song, but they sample Marvin Gaye on the song. But he's floating over that. You know what I mean? But if you watch the video, he's rapping, he's going, and then like you see him change faces. He goes from OJ, Kanye, Jussie Smollett, Nip, and Kobe. Trying to think, is there one more? Oh, and Will Smith. They that deep fake technology shit where you can put your face, you can put somebody else's face over somebody else's, or put their face on yours. He did that in the video, and all it is just him rapping, standing behind his dark red background, and it's just him rapping or whatever. And like he'll do like a face, like he'll screw his face up, and like he's trying to snap out of it or something, or he's flipping to something different, and it'll put a face on, and it'll be like Kanye or whatever. And when he does it, it looks like he's rapping from that perspective, or that perspective is where he was rapping from, or he was writing it from that perspective when he said those bars. You know what I'm saying? I have to go back and listen to it. Like, that's one of the songs where like you can go in and dissect exactly what he was talking about, what he meant by that, or what angle he was coming from when he was doing that. But when you watch the video, and then when he goes into, especially at the end where he starts, he has the Nipsey Hussle face on, it really puts emphasis on the bars as to what he was pertaining to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he said like, shout out to the killer who sped up my demise. I'm not really rapping. I'm not really rhyming with it, but I'm paraphrasing some parts he said. But when he had the Nip face on, the Nipsey Hussle face, he said, "Shout out to the killer who sped up, and to the killer who sped up my demise. I forgive you. Just know your soul is in question," or something like that. I forget what he said before that, but with him having the Nipsey Hussle face on, it gives you that perspective as to what he meant or where he was coming from when he said that. So it just adds layers and layers and layers onto the bars that he's saying, because if you just hearing him say it, you're not gonna really know what he's talking about or where he's getting at. But the video adds that clarity to it. Dope idea, dope video, dope concept. Not gonna lie, man. When I was, what was I doing? What was I doing? I think I was watching I was doing something on Facebook. I forget. And I saw Kendrick Lamar, the heart, ... because my notifications don't show everything. So I said, oh shit. So I clicked on it. Boom. As soon as I clicked on it, like no more than like 23 seconds it uploaded, it was already like 389 views. 389 views. By the time I went to sleep, it was already sitting at like, I think it was sitting at like 3.2 million. That was at like 10 o'clock. It dropped at like 4, maybe 5 in the evening. Before it hit 10 o'clock, it was sitting at 3.2 million views. I was like, oh my God. But you know what I'm saying? Like just hearing that and seeing that, like that really like kind of lit a fire in me. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of like pushed me to go forward. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was dope. I'm really waiting for the album to drop on the 13th, man. I can't wait. You know what I mean? I think that's gonna be an album that I think I don't know how I'm gonna take this album. It's gonna be positive for sure, but it's just I don't know how I'm going to just intake it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Pause if that's worthy, but I don't know how I'm going to just I don't know how I'm going to accept this album. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be so much to like really just digest about this album, because we've been wanting Kendrick to be on a song for so long. Like we've been wanting the Kendrick album for so long. I could listen to The Pimp a Butterfly all day long, or listen to Damn, or listen to Untitled, Unmastered or something like that. What's another one? Good Kid, Mad City. I could listen to all these albums all day long, but I need my Kendrick fix. I need something new. You know what I mean? Whether it's a feature, whether it's a song with Baby Keem, I don't care what it is. I need Kendrick Lamar. I need my fix. You know what I mean? But May 13th, I'm definitely gonna be looking for it, man. I can't wait. Switching gears for a second. Kevin Samuels passed away recently. He was, I believe the age was 52. He died of cardiac arrest. I gotta say, man, I'm not gonna dive too deep into the details, man, because they're kind of like, iffy. They were saying that he was with some girl and they think the girl killed him, or some people saying that he didn't, she did, and they didn't. Whatever. It's the internet. They do what they do. But I will definitely say, man, Kevin Samuels, and this is just me, I'm standing on my own ledge here. Kevin Samuels, I remember when he first came out, was one of those ones where all he talked about was what a man is, what a man should be doing, what a man should not be doing, what a man means to a woman, what a man should do for a woman. Like, I remember seeing so many girls like sharing clips and screenshots of like stuff Kevin Samuels was saying about a man, and I guess the girls maybe dealing with an ain't shit ass dude, and that was kind of like her subliminal way of like talking shit about her man and saying what he need to do. You know what I mean? Like, Kevin Samuel was that guy back in the day, but of course as time goes on, that tends to change. So I remember like seeing some videos of Kevin Samuels, and like I said, there's the type of things he was talking about, but I never sat and I watched him. I never did. You know what I mean? And at the same exact time, I don't really follow people in their footsteps. I don't really religiously follow people and like go by their every word and live and die by their every word, because I have somebody that I do that to already, and that's like my moms and pops. I live and die by their word. Now at the same as that time, they expect me to still be able to make decisions on my own and be able to float around in this thing we call life here. So therefore, when people like Kevin Samuels, there's certain things that I can take as information. There's certain things I could do away with. I'm fine without that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that Kevin Samuels would say at that time, now in this day and age, he would refer to women, because now he's drilling into women like how he would drill into us. Pause. And some women wasn't liking that. Some women weren't. Some women were like, oh, okay, I see where he's getting at. Some women were like, oh, I don't like it. He's misogynistic. He's this, he's that. He's talking down about women, black women. This is what I'm talking about black men. You know, starting that whole bullshit all over, right? Now, let's be real here. A lot of times you see Kevin Samuels, just see always out of context clips from Kevin Samuels. Now, me personally, I kind of didn't. I kind of quit watching him when he first came out, so I didn't really know what type of wave he was on, other than the clips that you would see on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, whatever. You know what I mean? I would kind of do my own thing because, you know, everybody has their own journey in life. So you got this far doing what you've been doing. So apparently you're doing something right. You know what I mean? What they need to start doing, or what he should have done when he was here, is he should have put results may vary. Because all these things that you're saying, you know, hit the gym, you know, get a better job, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Results may vary. I'm not saying that this is going to get you exactly what you want, but it's going to get you results. It may or may not. Like I said, results may vary. So whenever he would flip from the men to the women, it got murky. It got really, really murky. Now, I remember somebody saying that he said something along the lines of, if your child comes to you and say that your boyfriend sexually assaulted them, don't believe the child, or something of that nature. I have never seen the clip. That's what people have been saying. Now, until I see it, I'm just saying, allegedly, this is what he said. If I see the clip, then okay, cool, I see what y'all are getting at. But because I didn't see the clip, I'm going to say, allegedly, this is what he said. Now, if that's what he said, okay, I see where y'all are getting at. Now, I'm not condoning shit that he says on that tip. I'm not condoning any of that. You know what I mean? But let's be real here. You have some, because they don't like the boyfriend or they don't like the man that their mom is dealing with, they'll make up a lie as heinous as that just to get rid of the boyfriend. Now, as you should believe your child. You should believe them. You understand what I'm saying? Why would your child lie? Believe your child. Don't put no man over your baby. Don't put no woman over your baby. Don't do that. Your child come first. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever put a woman or a man over your child. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever do shit like that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? There's levels to the shit. Definitely don't do that. You know what I mean? But to not believe the child if she comes to you and say that they got molested by their boyfriend, that's fucked up. No. I don't condone that shit. Just DiVine is saying that I don't condone that shit. So definitely don't do that. You know what I mean? But aside from that shit, Kevin Samuels spoke some facts. He spoke some facts here and there. You know what I mean? You just gotta pick out the information that you want to use and say, okay, I can see where he's getting at with that. You know what I mean? Now, I don't agree with everything that he says. Again, I can't really quote it because I don't watch him like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, my mind is set up to where, you know, my journey in life has gotten me to where I am now. My actions and my movements have gotten me to where I am this far in life. You know what I mean? So why would I want to deviate from what's working from me to quote unquote get results when, like I said, everything's subjective. And again, results may vary. But I thought it was sick to watch people go on Twitter and say, that's what you get. You've been divorced too. How you gonna give advice about how to get a man or get a woman, and you can't even keep a woman. You've been divorced twice. That's what he get. How you gonna call a woman fat? This, that, and the third. Yeah, that's what he get. I'm glad Kevin Samuels is gone. You sick-minded, twisted individual. Shame on you. I don't care what that man has said, or he might touch the nerve. You don't ever celebrate somebody's death. You don't ever do shit like that. Because you realize you're going to die one day too. People keep saying, oh, well, you know, you got to keep that same energy for when you die. I mean, you deserve to get that when you die because, you know, you spent your time on earth giving people a living hell and blah, blah, blah. Listen. Linda, listen. It don't work that way. Okay? I don't care what you might have felt. I don't care what your feelings is about it. You don't celebrate somebody's death. You don't do that. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do shit like that. That's like that's like a cardinal unwritten. That's like an unwritten cardinal sin. You don't celebrate somebody's death, bro. Like, that's just fucked up. You know what I mean? In that sense of, yeah, he's gone. Hallelujah. I'm glad. I'm glad that motherfucker gone. Yeah, rotten hell, you piece of shit. And ha ha ha, I'm spitting in your grave. And like, no, that's fucked up, dude. Don't do shit like that, man. If that's how you rock, stay away from me. Just stay away from me, bro. I don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, I'm not like up in arms about Kevin Samuels passing. I'm not over like, oh man, that's fucked up. It's surprising. You know what I mean? Because I was like, damn, I was kind of out of left field. But at the same as that time, I'm not like, sad about him passing. You know what I mean? So, rest in peace to him, but other than that, I'm not really, cause like I said, I didn't follow him like that. So I don't have really a connection to him like that. You know what I mean? Now say for example, if God forbid, if one of my favorite rappers passed today or tomorrow, oh, I'd be fucked up. Like DMX when he passed, like I was distraught. Like I was like, damn, man, like DMX is really gone, man. So, but as far as Kevin Samuels, man, if you celebrating his death on some shit like, that's what you get, you piece of shit, they're glad you're dead, then fuck you. Don't talk to me. I don't get down like that. Stay away from me. But yeah, but you had people trying to tarnish his name while the man is gone, and because of them being in their feelings about some shit that is truly subjective. You know what I mean? You could do whatever you want with the information, but at the same as that time, I say this all the time, why are you putting so much stock into somebody that you don't really even know? You know what I mean? Just because he says that he's a relationship guru or a coach or whatever, that don't mean that they have all the answers. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kanye. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got the answers. You can't give me any advice. but like I'm saying, like I said, bro, like, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. I hardly knew ye. I before thee, except after C. Amen. No, I'm joking, but no, like I said, God bless the dead, Kevin Samuels. Yeah, man, but yeah, if you're on the type of time celebrating somebody's death, you're a piece of shit. Don't talk to me. Let's see what else is on the docket, man. Damn, I can't believe we're like an hour in and I ain't even got all the way through. So, let me see. So apparently there was a shooting in my city, or close to where I am. So apparently there was like this road rage incident that was going on, and I guess like it was a car full of teens or whatever, and this 30-something year old woman shot this girl as a teenager in the face because of her cutting her off and flipping her off or some shit. And I'm not gonna stay too long on this topic, but she ended up flipping the girl off or whatever. So she pulled up, and one of the passengers of the car took a picture of the girl that shot the girl in the face. And she after she shot the girl, she had kids in the car with her at the same time when she was doing it. She took the gun, tossed it in the river, then went to go take her kids to go get their nails done. And come to find out, the more fucked up part about it is, after it happened, regardless of whether the fact that she cut them off or not, the fact that she followed them for like a few miles before she even did what she did, like, that's premeditated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you mean to tell me that me cutting you off, you getting mad for no more than 10 minutes and then forgetting about it later, shooting somebody in the face is more beneficial, and possibly losing your life, losing your life to, not losing your life, but I'm saying, like, spending the rest of your life possibly in jail over because of some shit that you could just let go. Now, some people ain't right mentally. Now, you got to keep that in mind too. So maybe that's what she felt that she needed to do. I don't agree with that, and neither do probably a lot of y'all, but that was like really fucked up. So I was looking through the comment section to see what they were saying, and there's this one dumbass girl that said, I agree with her. You want to be in the car acting like this, act like that, it's what you get, pop, pop. I was like, you are a fucking Riri. I couldn't say the R word, remedial, the synonym of remedial. I couldn't say that on Facebook because they'll not ban you, but they'll and throw you in Facebook jail. So I couldn't say it. So I was like, you cannot be stupid. So same thing I just told y'all, just get mad for 10 minutes and forgetting about it. Shooting somebody in the face is more beneficial. Then even the same as that time, she was talking about, if you're a threat to my babies, I'm gonna protect mine. I was like, okay, Sherlock Holmes. Then they riddle me this. How was it that this person's supposed to be quote unquote a threat, but you follow them for 15 some odd miles to follow them and then to shoot them in the face when they're supposed to be a threat? So how are you protecting you and yours if you're going to the threat? The threat should be going away from you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, Jessica Fletcher, Murder She Wrote, if y'all don't know. Okay, Jessica Fletcher, is there anything else that you want to, chime into? They was eating her ass up in the comment section, but it just goes to show, man, you can't really, get wild with people like you used to. Not wild like you used to, but you can't really say too much nowadays because you could possibly lose your life. So sometimes you just gotta just be like, what a fucking idiot. And you know what I'm saying? Just go about your day. Just leave it alone. But yeah, man. I want to ask y'all a question, man. Like, what is being broke? Like, what is broke? You know what I'm saying? Now, the definition of broke is literally just having no money. That's broke. No money. You can't have two nickels to rub together, 2 dimes, 2 pennies, 2 anything to rub together, right? I was watching an interview. It was on Joe Budden podcast, and I think Lotto, that girl, she changed the name from Big Lotto to Lotto. She happened to be on the Joe Budden podcast, and he asked her, could you date a broke dude? You know what I mean? And she was like, nah, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I don't, she was saying like it would turn to an ego thing because, she's getting bigger, her name's getting bigger, and, the money is starting to become a difference and it becomes an ego thing and yada, 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 right? So, so that raised the question in the comment section, like, what does it mean to be broke, right? Now, me personally, I don't mind being quote unquote broke if that means I have a roof over my head, gas in the car, groceries in the house, make sure everybody's taken care of, whatever the case is. Now, of course, I stay with my parents, you know what I mean? But, I make sure I pay my way, make sure I pay my rent, make sure, everybody's covered if they need to. But other than that, they're pretty self-sufficient. So most of the time I'm always to myself. But, if need be, if they need something, I got them, just like how they got me. But at the same as that time, priorities should come first. If you got your priorities in check, it's different if you were to take your paycheck and just blow it on frivolous shit and you don't have two fucking dimes to rub together to pay your to pay your light bill, to pay your rent, or to put gas in your car, to get groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I don't mind being quote unquote broke if that means that my priorities are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, that's somebody that got their shit together. Somebody who don't have this shit together is having a job and just fucking their money over with just dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, what does it mean to be broke? Somebody saying somebody says living paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes that works for people. So you can't really call them broke. It just works for them. You know what I mean? So that shit's kind of null and void. Now, you can't say being broke somewhere is not having somewhere to stay. That's being homeless. You don't have a home. That's homeless. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, I say all that to say, if you're handling your business, you taking care of your shit, you taking care of your business, you got your priorities in check, ain't nothing wrong with being broke, bro. There's nothing wrong with being broke. Now, some people say being broke means just having like $100 to your name or whatever. Oh, that's being broke. But nigga, at least you got money. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are like broke, like they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? After paying all their bills and shit like that, that's broke. You know what I'm saying? But again, they got their priorities in order. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that to say, don't let nobody count your pockets. Don't let nobody watch your pockets and tell you how broke you is, if you can't do this, if you can't do that. Everybody is at a certain point in their lives for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to shit on somebody just because they got to take care of business and they don't have money left over to go party and do frivolous shit, if you're going to do that, then you need to live a little more. You know what I mean? Because it's not always about partying sometimes. Some of the times, most people that have the shit together, they don't go out and they don't go out partying. Then most times they're in the house. They chilling. They not really entertaining anybody unless they want to come over. But other than that, they not really entertaining the bullshit. They just not. They got to take care of business first, and after they take care of business, then they can figure out if they can go out there and go hang out and have a fun time or whatever, or plan accordingly to where they ain't got to spend a whole bunch of bread just to go out and have some fun, and go from there. But you calling somebody broke because they don't have money to spend on you or to go party, that's stupid, because that's not a priority, bro. That's not a priority. That's more as like I said, something frivolous. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, man. If that's your way of thinking, do better. Just do better, man. And that's some just divine. You know what I mean? But Modern Warfare 2, the 2019 sequel of Modern Warfare, that's coming out really soon. I think they did a reveal on it not so long ago, just showing try I get like a little hype going for it or whatever. To be real with y'all, man, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Honestly, I don't really care for Call of Duty anymore. Honestly, like, we being straight up honest, like I'm just over it, bro. From the skill based matchmaking to the wacky ass bundles and shit. To tell you the truth, the last bundle I bought was a Snoop Dogg bundle, and that's just because that's Snoop Dogg. But other than that, like, I don't really too much care for like all the I don't too much care for all the extra shit, dude. Like, I don't care. Skill-based matchmaking is like the biggest issue for me, because I don't really appreciate being in matches where, because I won the last 2-3 games and I did fairly well in them, you put me on a squad where now I got to struggle and lose these games, and now all of a sudden now my gameplay is in question because I did good the last few games, so I'm able to carry this team, quote unquote, to victory. That's not how it works, man. You got to fix your stupid algorithm. You know what I mean? But I'm not really hyping Modern Warfare 2 right now being released. If it's remastered, holla at your boy. But other than that, this Modern Warfare 2, the 2019 not remastered, the sequel, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really just like kind of sitting back and seeing what they're gonna do with it. But other than that, yeah, Call of Duty is really starting to kind of lose its image for me. But I had like a little fix the other day, right? So I was thinking about Def Jam Fight for New York. And I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Soft Drink TV, and I remember he was talking about emulation because he was emulating the game Cars on this thing. I think it's called Dolphin Emulator, where it does GameCube games and Wii games. And I think he's playing Cars on the GameCube emulator, and it looked pretty good. It looked really, really good. Upscale. It looked like it was 4K. It looked damn near pretty good. But I was thinking to myself, because I have a tablet. I have like the most, not the most recent one, but the one before the most recent tablet that dropped. I have one, and I was like, something sparked in my mind, like a light bulb went off. And I said, I wonder, do they have emulators for tablets, a PS2 emulator for a tablet? And lo and behold, I Googled, and I found a emulator that could run PS2 games. I kid you not. I found an emulator, put the BIOS and however you need to set it up, and I downloaded the Def Jam Fight for New York ISO. Downloaded that, and my God, that shit runs like a dream. Oh my God. I played that. I played Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix. What else did I play? I played 50 Cent Bulletproof. That played like a dream too. I'm talking about like a lot of these games played really, really good, upscaled and everything. It looked really, really good, man. You know what I mean? So safe to say, man, I think that I'm gonna probably start emulating on my tablet a little bit more. But I'm gonna look more into that. Let me see if I can, conjure up something. But definitely, man. I guess I found some new use for my tablet now, so that was pretty cool. Damn, let's see what else is there, man. I think that's about it, man. Damn, we're almost about almost an hour and a half in, man. I never thought I made it this far, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Great talk with y'all, man. Episode 17 of Just Divine Podcast. It's officially at the end, man. We made it. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel good. Most of the time at the end of these, I be drained, but I feel really, really good, man. God, man, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread links, because you do know how I do. All the other platforms, man, whatever applies to you, make sure you hit that to get more episodes going forth. If you got to rate it, do that. Link tree in the description box down below if y'all want to donate or anything. If y'all want to follow me on any of my social medias, definitely going to do that. Yeah, man, this is a good episode. Great talk with y'all, man. I feel really, really good. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Like I said, again, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you do know how I do. But I'm going to get out of here, man. It's your boy, DiVine, and I'm signing out. Peace.